Hello folks, welcome to my channel Java Demystified by SSR. Here comes the question number 27. Explain multiple inheritance in Java. Let's demystify this question. Multiple inheritance. We know inheritance is one of the object-oriented programming principles. It is considered to be the pillar of object orientation. And there are several forms of inheritance. There is single inheritance where a single child, a single parent. We have multi-level inheritance where inheritance chain can be possible, like class C acquired from B and B acquired from A, and A can be acquired from some other class as well. That is a multi-level inheritance. And then we have hierarchical inheritance. That means from a single parent we can have n number of child classes created, and then we have multiple inheritance as well. What is multiple inheritance? A derived class with two or more base classes. So as an example, I have some derived class called C, which is having two parents A and B. A derived class with two or more base classes. That means the C is acquiring from A class and B class as well. So a class acquires properties from more than one class. Okay, that is multiple inheritance. And this multiple inheritance is not supported in Java with classes. But this multiple inheritance is supported in C++. In Java, multiple inheritance is not supported with the classes, but it is supported with interfaces. That means while we are using interfaces, and when interfaces are being implemented by some classes, we can actually achieve multiple inheritance kind of thing with interfaces. So we say multiple inheritance is achieved with interfaces but not with classes. Let's understand why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java, why it is supported in some other languages like C++, and how multiple inheritance is supported with interfaces. Okay, yeah, so now let me actually annotate with some examples. Let's assume I have some class A over here and some class B over here, and then I have a derived class C which is actually acquiring from both A and B. So let me write their names as well. So I have the class A here, and I have the class B here, and this is my class C, and there exists inheritance relationship. Okay, so that means here from class C acquires from A and class C acquires from B as well. Okay, so now what actually happens if class C acquires from both A and B? What is the problem? Why it is not supported? Okay, so for that, let us assume I have a member called some A. I have some members, let's say that A represents data members, method members, etc. I have some members in class A. I have some members called B in class B, and let us assume I have some members in class C as well. So that is C. That means what? So A contains some data members and method members, all I am representing as A. B contains some data members and method members, all are I am saying as B, and assume they are all non-private, because through inheritance only non-private members are inherited. And class C also having some data members and method members which are represented with C. So when class C extends A, so now this class now has got what? This has got A member as well, and of course C is derived from B, so it has B members as well. right? So now what C contains? It contains A, B, C. So what is the problem? There should not be any problem actually with this thing. Okay, so it is class C acquiring from A, and all the members of A are available here, and all the members of B are available here because C is also acquiring from B. So C, A, B are there, and an object of C can be created, and we can actually have all the behaviors of A, B, and C. That is possible. But in Java, so there is one property. So all classes will form some hierarchy in Java. All classes will form some hierarchy. And at the top of the hierarchy, we have a class called object. Java.lang.object. That is the superclass of all Java classes. And by default, all the classes will form an hierarchy. If A is having no parent, assume object is the parent in Java. B has no parent, definitely object class will become the parent for B. Otherwise, there may exist some other class called some X. Let's say this class is some X. This class may be some X actually. Some X class was there, and which has some member called X, small x. Maybe assume this A is acquiring from X and B is also acquiring from X. So the top level tree diagram actually X, A, B, this is hierarchical inheritance. Okay, there is a base class X, and from that different classes are derived. So A is derived and B is derived, right? Yeah. So as long as I have A, B, C, there is no problem at all. So this is actually called multiple inheritance. But in Java, classes will form some hierarchy, and A can have a parent and B also can have a parent, something called X. Otherwise, if the X is not there, object class will be the parent class for both A and B, because object is the superclass for all Java classes. Now in this scenario, what happens? In this scenario, what happens? This X copy is available. This X copy is available in A because A is derived class of X, and this X copy is also available at B. This is also available at B because B is deriving from X. Now since C is deriving from A, so now I will have the copy of this X along with A, and here I will have the copy of X along with B. Now see what happened. This X has got duplicated. This X has got duplicated, right? Now I have here two X members. This is one and this is other thing. So there is ambiguity, duplication. Okay, so this X has been derived through A, same X has come through B as well. So now we have X again X here. So X means what? Some data members and some methods. So now I have same named data members and same named method members which are possible. And that is not acceptable in any programming language. That means in any programming language, if you cannot have something like int space A and again int space A, that is a duplication. That is ambiguity, ambiguous reference, which we have to consider. That is not allowed. The same is happening here. This X and again X actually. So duplication. This should not happen. So because of this diamond problem, this actually called as a diamond problem. Because C is acquiring from A and B and A, B are acquiring from X. So a diamond kind of scenario has been created. Whenever you have this diamond created, there is a problem. The diamond problem is you will have ambiguous copies in the derived class as part of multiple inheritance. So that is not allowed as part of the as part of any programming language, because you cannot have same named things, right? So that's why Java will not support multiple inheritance with the classes, because this is a problem. This is a problem because object is the superclass for all Java classes, and we cannot control the inheritance because by default classes will form some hierarchy anytime. So the duplicate copies can be shared. The same named members, data members, method members can be there in some class, and we cannot refer them straight away directly, because that leads to some ambiguity, and ambiguity is uh, not being controlled. So that leads to some errors. That's why multiple inheritance has been removed from Java, even though it was there in C++. Yeah, so C++ also similar kind of problem will be there. But in C++ by default classes will not form hierarchy. Like Java, we have object class, which is superclass of all Java classes. We don't have any such class in C++. But still, diamond problem can be there in C++. So how C++ solved this problem is, whenever this kind of situation arises, they actually made this particular class, which is actually the cause for this diamond problem, should be made as virtual. Should be made as virtual. So now this X class will be virtual base class. So there is a separate designation. So we have a keyword and we will say virtual base class. You say this class has virtual base class, and whenever virtual base class was designated, only one copy of that is passed to the inheritance chain. So by doing virtual base class separate designation, so the duplication is actually being removed in C++. So that means with some overhead, C++ handles multiple inheritance, but Java, designed to be simple, designed to be straightforward, it eliminated multiple inheritance because these kind of problems will be there, and Java don't want to take extra overhead in solving that. So that's why so many features of C++ were not there in Java, like operator overloading was not there, multiple inheritance was not there, and so many other things like print function, etc., were removed in Java. Okay, so this is the problem with multiple inheritance, and in Java there is no multiple inheritance with classes, but multiple inheritance is possible in Java with interfaces. Let's understand that with a program. So let's now go to the program. So here I have an interface printable. So this is how we write an interface. Interface is the keyword, and followed is actually the name of that particular interface. And interfaces names usually will be like adjectives. If you look at Java API, you will find clonable, serializable, etc. And interface contains constants and method declarations. So of course here I have a method declaration, that is void print. So by default all the members in interface are public members. So now this will be treated as a public abstract void print. In the same fashion, I have another interface called showable, and which is having one more method declaration, that is void show. By default it is a public abstract void show. So now I have two interfaces, printable and showable. Okay, printable has print method and showable has show method, right? Now somebody is interested in these interfaces. So because these functionalities are required by somebody else, so that somebody is nothing but a class. Now a class is interested in printable interface as well as showable. Now what class can do is class A, some class A implements, there is a keyword to implement an interface, implements printable comma showable. Now if you see implements printable, so this is one interface comma showable, and you can actually specify a number of interfaces if are available. It is just like multiple inheritance, right? So multiple inheritance, if at all you are writing, it should be like this: class A extends some class B and some class C. So there is a class B and there is a class C, and if you are extending two classes, so that is multiple inheritance, but that is not possible. That means after extends, only one class name has to be given. So it's not multiple classes. So this is not possible. But a class A implements, whenever you are using implements, and you can actually have B comma C if B and C are interfaces. Okay, so it is just like a multiple inheritance, right? So that's why we say by using interfaces we will achieve multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance kind of a mechanism. Okay, multiple inheritance with classes is not possible, but multiple inheritance with interfaces, that means a class implements n number of interfaces. You can specify all interfaces separating with a comma operator, printable comma, showable comma, something else. So now this class A responsibility is to implement these methods. Printable has print method and showable has show method. So public void show, public void print, some implementation, public void show, some implementation here. It's a printing here and it is showing here. And if you observe, even though I have written void print, I am actually making here public void. Okay, if it public is not there, then we are actually assigning the weaker privileges, because by default this print method is public, and if you are not writing this public, it will become unspecified. That means the default specifier. That means what we are actually assigning a weaker privileges, weaker access privileges. So compiler will actually compiler actually give that particular compile time error if the method which we are implementing of an interface is not public. Okay, that's why it always must be public. Okay, implementation was done, and I want to make this class as executable class. So I am creating an object of this class a1 equal to new a, and then I can say a1 dot print and a1 dot show. Right, so now I'm saving this as a.java. When I compile, I will have three dot class files generated. One is printable dot class, showable dot class, and the third one is a dot class, that is the main class which has the main method. So let me save this and compile. So java c a.java. So now I have three dot class files generated. If you want to see java p printable, so it is compiled from a.java. Okay, java.printable, java p printable.class. So it is compiled from a.java, interface printable, public abstract void prints. That's what I'm saying, right? Whenever we say print, it is a public abstract void print. So if at all you give any constant, that will be public static final, that particular variable. Okay, so class files are generated, right? Yeah, so now let me run this java a. Now I will get these two implementations like printing and showing. There's no big deal actually, right? But only the point here is multiple inheritance is possible with interfaces. A class can implement a number of interfaces, but a class cannot extend a number of classes. Okay, and we know interfaces can refer to their implementing class objects. So what I can do is I can actually say something like this: this is valid, so printable some p equals to a new a. So object created is a, class a, but it is referring to, it is referred by printable, and I can say p dot print. because printable has a print method. In the same fashion, I can actually say a showable s equals to new a, and this is nothing but s dot show. Okay, so the implementations, this print implementation and this print implementation will be same, and the show and this will be same. But only thing is, I'm actually calling this print and show with their interface types, whereas here print and show are called with the class types. Okay, both are possible, both are allowed. So interfaces cannot be instantiated, but they can be referred. Yeah, sorry. So we have to compile this Java C a.java. So compiled successfully, and then let me run Java A. So printing showing. Okay. So this is about interfaces and multiple inheritance with interfaces. Hope you have understood multiple inheritance clearly. So to sum up, so multiple inheritance is a process where a class acquires properties from more than one class. In Java, multiple inheritance is not supported, but multiple inheritance is supported with interfaces. Whenever multiple inheritance is there, and whenever you have a diamond problem, then there is an ambiguity in the data members and methods which are acquired to uh, the child class, the derived class. So to avoid that, Java has removed multiple inheritance from its list. Whereas in C++, still multiple inheritance is available, and they will make use of a concept called virtual base class. Hope you have understood this concept clearly. If you understood properly, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.